The Goat and the Donkey. Once upon a time, in a tranquil village nestled between green hills, there was a small farm where many animals lived. Among them were a proud goat and a hard-working donkey. Though they were both useful on the farm, they could not have been more different in personality. The goat, a proud creature with a glossy white coat, was full of energy and always on the move. She loved to show off her agility, leaping over fences and climbing the steep hills of the farm. She was always first to explore new places and had a reputation for being adventurous. She often boasted about her skills and how she could do things no other animal could. The donkey, on the other hand, was a patient and dependable animal. He had a sturdy build, long ears, and a calm demeanor. Though he was not as agile as the goat, he was incredibly strong, able to carry heavy loads and work long hours without complaint. He never sought attention, but he was always there when he was needed, working diligently to help his owner. One summer day, the farmer decided to take a trip into the neighboring town to sell some of his produce, leaving the goat and the donkey behind on the farm. As the farmer left, he told the animals that they were to work together to gather the hay from the fields and bring it back to the barn. The goat, eager to prove her abilities, immediately began to run about, leaping and skipping across the fields, gathering small bundles of hay here and there. The donkey, however, went about his work with patience. He carefully picked up large, heavy bundles of hay and slowly made his way toward the barn, each step deliberate and strong. The goat watched him from a distance, amused by his slow and steady pace. "You're so dull, donkey," she called out. "Why are you so slow? Look at me. I'm light on my feet, and I can gather hay so much quicker than you." The donkey, who was used to the goat's teasing, didn't respond. Instead, he continued his task, taking his time to gather large amounts of hay without rushing. He knew that in the end, it was his strength and consistency that mattered most, not speed or showmanship. The goat, feeling a sense of superiority, pranced around the fields, leaping over haystacks and skipping across the meadow. She was so caught up in her energy and speed that she didn't notice how much work the donkey had already done. She spent hours jumping around, making no progress in the hay gathering, while the donkey had filled his cart to the brim. As the sun began to set, the goat looked around and realized that she had only gathered a small amount of hay compared to the donkey. She felt frustrated and a little embarrassed. She had been so caught up in showing off and rushing that she hadn't actually finished her work. The donkey, however, had completed his task. His cart was overflowing with bundles of hay, and he was now ready to take the load back to the barn. The goat, still not willing to admit defeat, asked, "How did you manage to carry so much hay, donkey? I thought you were slow and lazy, but look at how much you've done." The donkey, his face calm and unbothered by the goat's words, replied gently, "It's not about speed or how quickly we can show off, goat. It's about working steadily and with purpose. I knew that if I just focused on the task little by little, I would be able to carry the load. It's not always the fastest way that gets things done. It's the consistent effort that matters." The goat, still a bit embarrassed, nodded thoughtfully. She had always prided herself on her speed and agility, but she now realized that true success came from steady effort and hard work, not from rushing to finish first or showing off. Feeling a bit humbled, the goat quietly helped the donkey load the remaining hay into his cart. They worked together in silence, each one reflecting on their differences. When they were done, the goat looked at the donkey and said, "You know, donkey, I was wrong to make fun of your pace. I see now that you don't need to be the fastest to succeed. Thank you for teaching me that." The donkey smiled and gave a little nod. "We all have our strengths, goat. Yours is in your agility and energy, while mine is in my steady work ethic. We make a good team, don't we? The goat, now feeling a sense of true respect for the donkey, agreed. From that day forward, the two animals worked together, complementing each other's strengths. The goat's speed and agility helped them finish tasks quickly, while the donkey's strength and perseverance ensured that no job was ever too difficult or too heavy. And so, the farmer's farm prospered, thanks to the teamwork and mutual respect between the goat and the donkey. They learned that by embracing their differences, they could accomplish far more together than they ever could alone. The end. Moral of the story. The goat and the donkey teaches us that different strengths and qualities can be equally valuable. It's important not to judge others based on their pace or methods. Instead, we should appreciate each individual's unique abilities and learn to work together for greater success.